Hello, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Sufyan Khan. So, who is the greatest German writer of all time? Most people will say one name, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. He wasn't just a writer, he was a scientist, a politician, and a philosopher. Today, we are going to break down his incredible life and work into 6 simple steps. Imagine becoming a worldwide celebrity at just 24 years old. This is exactly what happened to Goethe. In 1774, he wrote a short novel called The Sorrows of Young Werther. The story is simple but tragic. A sensitive young man falls in love with a woman who is already engaged to someone else. He writes a letter about his heartbreak and eventually takes his own life. This book didn't just become a bestseller. It started a craze called Werther fever. Young men across Europe started dressing like the main character, in blue coat and yellow vest. It was the first time an author captured raw, unfiltered emotions so perfect. It made Goethe the voice of a rebellious generation that cared more about feelings than rules. After his childhood, Goethe grew up. He moved to the city of Weimar and met another brilliant writer named Friedrich Schiller. At first they were rivals, but they soon became best friends. Schiller helped Goethe calm down. Together they moved away from the chaotic emotions of their youth and starting a movement called Weimar Classicism. Think of this as a shift from wild passion to perfect balance. They were inspired by ancient Greece, aiming for harmony, beauty, and truth. They pushed each other to write better and think deeper. Their friendship was so important that today in Weimar there is a famous statue of them two standing together, holding onto the same vase of laurel leaf. They were the dynamic duo of German literature. Now we came to his biggest achievement, Faust. Goethe spent nearly 60 years writing this play. He started it in his 20s and finished it just before he died, in his 80s. The story is legendary. Faust is a brilliant scholar who has studied everything, but is still miserable and bored. So he makes a dangerous bet with the devil named Mephistopheles. The deal? The devil will serve Fawcett and give him unlimited magic, and pleasure on earth. But if Faust ever experienced a moment so beautiful that he wanted to last forever, the devil gets its soul. This isn't just a story about magic, it's about human ambition. It asks a big question: how far would you go to have it all? It is considered the greatest work in the German history and German language. Most people in 1800 only reads books from their own country, but Goethe was different. He reads novels from China, poetry from Persia, and plays from England. He realized that great stories connect all human beings, no matter where they live. He coined a famous phrase, world literature, or in English, world literature. He predicted the future we live in today. He believed that literature shouldn't be locked behind borders. He saw art as a global conversation. Today, every time you watch a foreign movie or read a translated book, you live out of Goethe's vision. He was truly a citizen of the world, a German legend indeed. This is one of the most fascinating parts of Goethe's life, his deep respect for East and Islam. Goethe struggled with the complex rule of the church. Instead, he found beauty in a clear, simple teaching of Islam. There is one God who creates all of nature. He famously wrote, in Islam, if Islam means submission to God, then we all live and die in Islam. He even wrote poetry collection called the West Eastern Divan to bridge the gap between Europe and the Muslim world. He defended the Prophet Muhammad against critics, describing him in a poem not as a conqueror but as a mighty river that carries his people to the ocean of God. Goethe saw the divine not in statues but in the flow of nature itself. Finally, we can't forget his other famous stories. Goethe invented the coming of age novel with his book Wilhelm Meister Apprenticeship. If you like a story about a young person going out into the world to find themselves, like Harry Potter or Spider Man, you can thank Goethe for creating that template. He was also the master of the ballad. Ballad is short, exciting story poems. You might know the Sorcerer's Apprentice, where a young wizard makes a broom come to life to do his chores, and it goes horribly wrong. Or the spooky poem The Arklin, which is about a father riding through a dark forest with a sick child trying to outrun a supernatural spirit. Whether it's a novel, play, or poem, Goethe mastered them all. His contribution has earned him the title from his fans, the Shakespeare of Germany. Goethe was a man who wanted to know everything and experience everything, from the height of human ambition and force to the quiet beauty of nature. His work is still alive today. Thank you for watching.